round here don't listen to the Beatles run. Old Bo Cephas threw a jukebox needle at the honky-tonk where they boot stomp all night. What? Yeah, and what they call work a digging in the dirt. Gotta get it in the ground before the rain come down to get paid, to get your girl and your four-wheel drive. Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit. Oh, heck. Well, the boys around here, they're keeping it country. Ain't a damn one know how to do the Dougie. No, I'm not in Kentucky, but these girls around here, yep, they still love me. Yeah, the girls around here, they all deserve a whistle. Shaking that sugar sweet as Dixie Crystal. They like that yawling southern drawl and just can't help it 'cause they just keep falling for the boys around here, drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys around here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit.
Let's ride through the countryside. Let's ride down to the riverside.
Hey now girl, hop inside. It's me and you gonna take a little ride to the river. Let's ride. That's right. Lay a blanket on the ground. Kissing in the crickets is the only sound. We out of town. Have you ever got down with a do you wanna get down with a girl, you gotta get down with the boys round here, drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here, sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco. I'm one of them boys round here, drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here, sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit.
Welcome to the WINGIT call. December 9th, 2016, and we are getting closer. Take a knee, please. Lord, please hear our prayer today. Guide us accordingly. Give us your guidance and wisdom. For I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But you made me, you watch over me, and you give me guidance. I don't always hear everything you say, but that's why you use discipline, grace, patience, forgiveness to direct not only myself, but everybody else. And I just ask that you bring guidance not only to myself, but to my brothers and sisters as you bring this blessing down, for none of this is ours. It all belongs to you. Give us your guidance. And we ask this in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Now then, little housekeeping first. Truth Seeker, I see you on the call there. Hold on here just a second. A little bit of noise. I don't want to. And you too. Truth seeker, I see you on the call. You don't have any incurrency in this. You have no skin in the game. I don't know why you call in. I'm not going to boot you out. I'm just not going to answer your call. You know, you were on Ray's call. You really have nothing to say. If you're not invested, why are you bitching? So I'm going to go ahead and put your hand down for you. You had your day in the sun one or two calls ago. You're out of here. You can listen, bless your heart. And star 2 to raise your hand if you want to ask a question. Today is going to be bluntly honest. It's going to be offensive to some people. I'm going to be bashing some people. If you don't like it, hang up. Am I any better than anybody else? Absolutely not. To stand by and listen to the BS out there and not say anything, yes, I know that you have discernment. Not everybody has discernment as well as other people. So you listen, and I'm going to bring you the truth today. It's my opinion only. And yes, we're going to get to a little bit of intel, but a little bit of house cleaning here. There's a lot of, it's so deep, it's turned my eyes brown. And we know what makes your eyes turn brown. Looked in the mirror this morning and shocked myself. I said, where's my blue eyes? Oh, and I started choking and spitting crap out because it's so high. Where's my paperwork? Oh, yeah. First things first. I've had some emails, and this is a shout out to some people that have expressed they wish to maybe take over the call and continue on. I don't have a problem with that. I'll turn everything over to you. So if there's a group of you that wants to take over the call, I'll give it all to you, and you can take over. You know, not just one or two. I'd say, 3 or 4 of you, and that way you can moderate. And if somebody's not available, it makes a good mix. But one person has to be in charge, because without a leader, everybody gets kind of cranky. So if you want to do something like this, send me an email to the wingitcall@gmail.com. We'll discuss it. And if you do, I will call you with my number blocked until we figure out what's going on, because a lot of people will want to do that just to get my number. Not happening. So there it is, a little shout out for some people that want to continue to carry this on. Where we at? Oh, wait, I need to unmute Wingman here. Sorry, Wingman, you were noisy there. You're unmuted, so let's see. Since Yosef, I get some emails from people going, what's this tweet about Yosef? What has he done? If you don't know, research it. He gave a goodbye post. Oh, my. What a potty-mouthed Christian man. And I want to say this. I said it in the beginning, I'm going to say it again. I'm not perfect, but to stand by and not call out. God says if you're going to follow somebody, test them. If it stinks, then it's BS. That's all I'm doing. People call me out all the time. Am I a guru? Absolutely not. Am I an intel provider? Sometimes. Do I call it? Nope. Do I give a rate? I've heard rates. And I'll only talk about them after they've been on the internet, but that's just to talk about it. Some people don't have quite the researching ability as other people, and so we talk about it. That being said, where has Tank, Fisher, and the Real Truth Call, where are they now? Now for Yosef. I tweeted out a song. Am I throwing him underneath the bus? Don't have to. He did that himself on that last post, his goodbye post or his busted post. But who's going to replace Yosef? Two people come to mind, Veritas and One Who Believes. We've warned you that there's going to be a little lag time, but these people have been waiting in the wings, doing little, hey, I'm here, read me type posts to kind of hook you in. There's always going to be a replacement. Just like I said, if somebody wants to step in and do the wing it call after I'm gone, you can call it anything you want, but you can't call it the wing it call. Call it wing it call 2, wing it call refreshed, but everybody will know. Just things like that. Now on to the subject and the toe stepping that's really going to probably twerk some people. Yosef was on my call until I questioned what he wanted me to do without some proof. I sent him an email. I said, look, if you want me to continue doing this, provide me some proof. From the minute I hit the send button, communication was stopped immediately because I would not follow him blindly without questioning him. That's why he got offed out of my call and didn't come back. I have proof of that. I also sent it to a couple people, so there wasn't none of this he said, she said crap. Then he worked his way over. Hey, Wingman, just mute out for a second on your end. Then he started making the circuit. Went to the Real Truth call, started up over there, then he graduated to Bruce's call. Well, Bruce, bless his heart, kind of figured out that this wasn't a good person for him, but he was liking the quote-unquote intel that Yosef was bringing. Well, then Yosef started making some not-so-good posts and was potty mouth. And he had to start distancing himself. He started to see the light. 1 minute, please. He started to see the light. I read Bruce's transcript from last night. He will not take any direct calls like I do, so people can have their say. That way they can't question him. He'll only read questions or bring in his intel. Then he starts hawking his wares, for a little money. I don't do that. People say I do. I've got a donation button, but I'm not selling anything. Anyway, Bruce then takes the stance. He doesn't say anything about Yosef other than he was, let me bring it up here. Where's it at? Recaps. I want to make sure I state this right. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. Computer's slow. I want to make sure I get it right. Sometimes when you stand up and say something, people think badly of you and that you're bashing. If that's what it is today, so be it. I'm not perfect, but I'm telling you the truth. Let's see. Before the intel, we had quite a few emails sent to the big call asking for me to comment on the post, Yosef's post, that was put onto NAR Chronicles a couple of days ago. It's been my policy in the last 5 years not to comment on other calls or other gurus. I have my opinions and get my intel from my own sources. This was different because somebody wrote in and asked for my opinion, asking me to comment on it. I felt I owed it to my listenership, and I owed it to the community at large that is hurting, that may feel they might have been left abandoned and hurt. Yeah, think? How about misled and hoodwinked? I'm trying to use some very plain calm words. For me personally, I was somewhat in shock. This is Bruce speaking. For me personally, I was somewhat in shock, but not hurt as much as I was saddened. Just saddened. I'm not hit anyone. Let's see. I am not here to hit on anyone when they are down. I'm here to love. I'm here to be a support system. Well, that required a little bit more than that, but people, his listeners, I guess, respect him more for not bashing, and mine respect me more for telling the truth. And if that's bashing, guilty as charged. But now I'm just laying it on the line. Not because my call's ending and I don't give a crap what you think about me. I actually do, but I'm telling you like it is. I better stop there. Wingman?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know, hold on. I have disrespected my elders. Just 1 second, please. Art, did you have anything you wanted to bring in?
Disrespected your elders. How could you do such a thing?
I got carried away, Art. My apologies.
That's okay. Hello, everybody out there in Currency Land. Beautiful day here. Cold day in Tennessee. Winter's upon us. I know I'm predicting up in the north and northeast, I guess, some white weather, I guess, in the coming future. So they can keep it up there. And GUICO, keep it up there. Do not ship it down here, whatever you do. Just let her come. Anyway, not much out there, guys. We're just waiting for 800s. I know Bruce thought they would have been here the day before yesterday, which was Wednesday, and I guess somebody's holding it up for some reason. We don't know why. Meantime, once you all get your moolah, and some will be buying new cars like I will. I had a guy call me up from Nashville, Tennessee, because I've been checking into Teslas, and he said, I'll drive the car up there to you and let you check it out. It's about 60 miles. I said, sure. So last week he drove it up here and took it for a drive. He said, step on the gas. Don't be afraid. And I stepped on the gas. Holy mackerel, that thing can move. Goes to 60 in 2.5 seconds. And it showed him some videos of those beating Corvettes, actually. Total electric car. Their self-driving version, totally self-driving, is coming out in a couple of months. And so I'm probably going to order me one of those when we have the money to do it. One I'll get will be about $157,000. That's not too bad, and the car is a dream. I'll tell you, it's really nice. So if you haven't driven a Tesla, I suggest you do it. Hey, it's an American-made car after all, and everybody says buy American, so another good reason, I guess. But a lot of good cars out there, but it is some car, I'll say that. Since we had no intel to talk about, I just thought I'd tell you about my Tesla deal. So everybody go drive a Tesla, why don't you? And get one for Christmas. That's all I got, and that's just hang in there. They're coming sometime or another. Just got to wait, that's all.
Thanks, Art. Appreciate it. Wingman, I didn't mean to ignore you. I got on a rant there on my soapbox, and I got a lot of emails where I'm supposed to grow up and not be bashing people. I'm better than that.
Yes. Well, you know, sometimes you got to call it like you see it. So, I mean, I thought you were actually pretty fair and balanced. I've told you this. I'll tell everybody else. I have 367 emails from Joseph. He has bribed people. He has manipulated people. He has punished people. And all this time, it was like, well, you know, he was so obvious. It was so obvious to me that eventually he would be found out and quote unquote get his. I did in the past few months plant a few suggestions to help people see the light on this one. And also, please don't disregard what we're saying about people coming in and take his place. His handlers have been planning his replacement for months. The writing was on the
Yeah.
wall months ago. And
So,
you will see Veritas and these others, instead of, if you remember, Joseph burst on the scene one day on the Winston call. Just like had it all down, knew exactly which buttons to push, knew exactly what to say to influence the predominant groups. And that put up a lot of red flags for people who understand and have been exposed to this kind of manipulation before. But he basically fooled everybody. And this time they realized what they got to do is they got to keep it in because we're wise to that scenario. So now it's the new scenario. And if this thing drags on, there'll be another scenario. It's our responsibility to call these people out as soon as we see the evidence. And a lot of us have good instincts, and there's nothing wrong with exploring those instincts and saying, hey, does anybody else think this? That's not bashing people. That's being a good community member. You know, I'm feeling this. Do you think there's any merit in this, or am I being paranoid? You know, nothing wrong with that at all if that's how you come at it. Yeah.
People are also upset because I tweeted out that YouTube link for a video. I said my tribute to Yosef hit the road, Jack. I got they couldn't take that one either.
Oh God. You know, look, it's just listen. It's crunch time, guys. It is. Okay, this is about to happen. It's not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen, the way you thought it was, the way you've been taught it was going to happen, but it is going to happen. And people who can think on their feet, and people who've been paying attention, and people who don't put their faith in any one information source are going to come out of this smelling like a rose, smelling like a valley of roses. Okay? But like I said on the last call, if you discount somebody's information just because they're not the right religion, they're not the right skin color, they're not the right philosophy, you know, they're a redneck or they're a liberal or there's something in between, you're missing out and you're going to lose your money. You may not even get a chance to exchange your money. You got to wise up. You got to wake up and you got to understand what's going on. And quite frankly, this is why I'm going off the call, because I've talked it till I'm blue in the face. And I realize now people either get it or they don't. There's nothing I can say anymore to change their minds. All the information is out there, guys. All of it. Every last red cent of intel has been given to you. And every last lie has been told to you. So, you know, sit down and work it out. Keep your ears and your eyes open.
This just hit me. I'm not a Bible studier at any stretch of the imagination, but didn't Jesus go into the temple and whip all the money changers and drive them out because they were doing the wrong thing? This is exactly what's happening now, except I don't have a whip. I have a platform to bring information to you and my opinion. And I'm thankful that I'm able to bring this to you. I'm glad that you're even listening. Some people want to hang up. God bless them. When I did the thing about my political views, hell, I lost 150, 200 tweeters. You know, I can see the numbers. I gained back 600. I replaced them. So anyway. Let's take a caller here before I get off of my soapbox. Richland Center. Come on down. 608.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed you guys' calls and stuff. And anyway, I was hoping you could stick with us, but sure enjoyed listening to you. I've been on there for quite some time and appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
I just got I just got a text that says am I choppy when I'm
No,
speaking,
no,
Iko?
not to me. You're not. Huh.
Wingman, am I choppy when I'm talking? I just got a text that says I'm choppy.
No, you sound fine to me.
Okay.
And
Thank you,
just for
ma'am.
Nassau guy, I am in the store, so I'm going to mute out.
Okay. You know what? Just because I'm a nice, swell feller and I already gave you a forewarning, Truth Seeker, it's your turn to spit it out. Truth Seeker, you raised your hand. Come on down.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I want to say is this. You are so right about Yosef. Yosef is a manipulative individual. He doesn't care about anybody. All he cares about is himself and being self-centered. That's basically it. And what I want to say to everybody on this call, yes, Wingman is right. It's not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. But the blessings are going to happen, but not in this situation. But other blessings are coming for the entire globe. And that's what I want to say. Thank you, sir, for being so generous and let me talk. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, look, it's West Point. I know we're going to get a good one here. 410, come on down.
Good morning. Hey, how are you, sir?
On a roll,
I tell you
on
what.
a rant,
I love
I'm
it.
just...
I love it. You're preaching today. And this is the type of call that people need to realize. If they can't see for themselves the type of person Joseph has become and is, then they're just plain ignorant. Because I will tell you, it's amazing how many people are so upset and distraught by this. He is not a savior in this whole currency situation. He provided some information. Some of it was truth. A lot of it was false. People need to grow up and stop complaining and bitching about, excuse my language, about him being the overseer and the button pusher of this whole thing that we're waiting for. It's baffling to me how people put him up on this pedestal, and I'm glad that yourself and Iko have come forth with talking about this. I've been waiting for this because I'm sick and tired of seeing people all on the intel sites where if people want to seek the real truth, do your own research and look up things that has been stated from past all the way up to where we're at currently. So I appreciate you guys sharing this information. It's made my day. I have nothing but smiles on my face about this because it needed to be said, and I'm glad that we're talking about this. So thank you for taking my call. Have a great weekend, and I can't wait to hear some of the more of the comments from some more ignorant people that love this particular Savior in their eyes. He has to deal with judgment, and I hope that he's at peace with himself, because I know the man up top probably wouldn't be because of all the lies and the things that he's done to hurt people, especially if people took truth to that. We needed people like you to come in and kind of talk about this. So thanks, Jerry, and as well, Iko. And I appreciate you guys taking my call.
Quick question. Am I choppy to you? I've got some people that have my personal cell phone number texting me saying I'm choppy.
No, you sound perfect
choppy
to me. No, not at all.
I know that
not at all.
I think it's a bad connection. I've tried dialing in on a couple different numbers and trying to fix that problem. It's the system, and I apologize for that. Maybe I shouldn't be hollering so much. I feel like I'm hollering. I'll try to control myself. Here we go. A blast from the past, and sir, I know you've been on other calls, so be respectful. Jenks, Oklahoma.
Yes, thank you for taking my call, Jerry. I'm in total agreement with you on this deal with Yosef, but I'm glad you went the extra mile and you threw in Tank and Fisher into that, and then you went the extra mile. I'm glad you have addressed this in the form you have, unlike Bruce did. He addressed it, but you came right out and said what needed to be said. And I still think, I wanted to ask your opinion, there's still some lingering Yosefisms in Bruce with the sovereign rights. What say
Okay,
you?
stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let us throw the sovereign rights he's talking about out the window, because if he was so potty-mouthed to call everybody in Dinarland sheepily stupid,
Mm-hmm.
and can't believe that we would follow him, he's a cabal plant, blah, 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 why would we even believe the rest of it? Let's get back to realistic rates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and mute you out because this is going to be a little bit of a rant. Thank you.
Okay.
Why do we want to believe him on anything like that? I'm going to say this. When you go in, you're going to go in with an open mind. You're going to be flexible. And I want to say this. If you don't have to sign an NDA, don't. You'll be able to make, like Tony says, and I've got bashed for, kissing Tony's ass and thinking he's greater than the next best thing since sliced bread or windshield wipers on a duck's butt. That's not true. I respect him for what he said, and you had to weed through what he was saying, just like some of the things I'm saying. Some of it is absolutely true, and one of them was you can make money without having that extra rate in a couple of years, make that what you might have missed, what you're thinking you missed out by signing an NDA and getting the higher rate. Me personally, the NDA isn't the issue. It's the bank contract. It's the bank contract. What do they want? Look at the NDA, because my fear is if there isn't some type of language in there that says that they have to have unequivocal proof that you was flapping your gums and telling everybody what you did, could they walk in and just freeze your funds with just an accusation? And right now, I'm sure they're all going, oh, no, we wouldn't do that. It's not true. Well, the money's not in the account, and right now it's just nothing but freaking lip service. That's all we're getting. And we, as individuals, have to take all of it and weed through it. And sometimes it gets to be so deep, it's right up. You got your head pushed up to keep from drowning with the crap they're putting out there. Breathe, just breathe. What was that Martin Lawrence on Bad Boys 2 said that when he saw the psychiatrist? If you're having a moment, say, "Woosah." Just relax. Woosah. Hanford, Connecticut. Hartford, Hanford. It's that damned insurance company again. 559, come on down.
I think that's me. 559
Yes,
is not Hartford. It's Hanford. Sorry,
well,
California.
okay, it's close enough. Oh, California.
Yeah.
My apology. I am so sorry. See, my eyes got crossed because I'm just upset with the BS going on.
Yes, you're fine. You're fine. You're cool. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, Iko. Thank you, Jerry, for everything that you have put on this call. It's been extremely helpful. And thank you for what you have just said. And yes, you were choppy when you were talking about Joseph, and so was Iko. I missed some of that. But I do have a question, but first I want to say I don't think Joseph is the second coming of Christ. And my question is, do these people get paid for saying that kind of garbage?
There's no telling. There's no telling. I want to, as long as I'm not choppy now, let me explain something to you. Before I wrote my letter to Joseph saying, hey, if you want me to continue down this road of promoting you and all this, let's talk about this. Give me some proof. He goes, you know what? Because you've been such a good person, I promise you're going to get the 800 numbers. Really? Oh, awesome. It's like the stick and the carrot with the horse. You keep following the carrot even though you can't get to the damn thing. And I finally said, oh, no. Jerry Maguire is not playing this game. Either you are or you aren't. And here's the question. And then when I didn't follow blindly, well, the 800 numbers all of a sudden disappeared that, quote, unquote, I was going to get. You know what? I don't care. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. The other thing is, what exactly is he? I mean,
a disinformation specialist.
I mean, is he military? Is he not military? Is he paid by? What exactly is his position? What does he do for money? What does he do for work? I mean, is he truly in Hawaii?
It really, ma'am, it doesn't matter. Because he was just doing what he was supposed to. Whoever's paying him, it doesn't matter. It's just that we saw through the light. It took us a little longer. Now that this is happening, Iko and I are starting to say, look, or we are saying adamantly, these are the people coming up next. Veritas and One Who Believes. So watch out for them.
Yes, and I have. But I still want to say thank you very much to you and Iko for bringing what you have to the call. I've missed a lot of them, and I will miss you, definitely, both of you, when you no longer are doing the call. I want to say thank you very much, and thank you for bringing the Master's Trust to my attention.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
And so, again, I'll say this. There's been some people that have approached me, but if you think that you want to step in and continue on with the Wing It 2 call or whatever you want to call it, I'll turn all this over to you. You can have it lock, stock, and barrel. But wingman of myself, to quote a phrase I did on the Wing It call, I'll be gone like a fart in the wind. Orlando, 407, come on down.
Hey, Jerry, how are you? Sounds like you're kind of excited today. I like the little pep in your step today. It's pretty cool.
I've got...
Like you said.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nope, your turn.
Okay. I was just wanting to say, yeah, the BS is really deep. I mean, you're like I said, when this call's over, I'm just going to have to go back to what I was doing since 2003, just find out what little bit of information I can, because like you said, because if you listen to what Iko said at the beginning of the call, he said the people that are informed and are digging deep for their own research, we're going to be the ones that are going to be able to find out how and what, when, where, why, and how when this thing does happen. There's no doubt about that. And with the connections with the friends that we've made through your call, we're all going to find out one way or another. It's going to be like going to be like throwing a 5-gallon can of gasoline on a bonfire when it comes out. Everybody's going to find out. Everybody. So don't even worry about that anymore. It's like he said, if you're concerned about yourself, race, religion, creed, sex, or sexual orientation, if you're not caught abreast of it yet, you never will. And that's the big issue. It ain't just about me. It's about us, and the planet. It's about us. There's no more me or I or anything. It's all about us. And if you're not willing to go down the street when this happens and give a fellow stranger $1,000 out of your pocket just because you have it, then you're in the wrong thing anyway. Because like I said, there's going to be things that need to be done right away.
Thank you, sir.
I want to appreciate your call, and whenever this call's done, I'm going to have to do what I did before, just find my own little place and just keep on doing what I've been doing and just keep the friends I have. Because, I mean, it's too much BS right now, and it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And we'll just
Thank
wait.
you, sir.
Well, I'm going to wait until you see what happens to come out tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday and Monday. Just wait and see.
Okay,
wait
thank you.
See.
Springfield, 937. I'm much better now.
Hey, Jared, how you doing, buddy?
Getting better.
Good. A quick question on this structured payout stuff where they're saying like 80% goes to the bank and 20% to yourself. That 80%, are you allowed to go in and use that money for your humanitarian projects?
Okay. I want to say this as respectfully as I can. We don't know the rules this year. This goes back to, oh no. Oh crap, what happened? Oh, there we go. I lost my screen there for a second. That is part of what Joseph was explaining. Everything that you're talking about was what he brought up. Let's take it in one big crap ball and boot that all out the window and get down to this. You're a babe in the woods. And when you walk in the door, you're not going to be like a deer in the headlights because you're going to be informed, but everything that you heard means nothing until they start talking.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. I understand
Best I can
so, no problem. I didn't hear the beginning of your call, so I don't really know what was going on, but a friend of mine, I do have a guy, my truck driving buddy I told you about a long time ago. He just left for his next 3-month trip. He was a shade of a partner with me, and I would owe him some money. So when I'm in there, am I allowed to say, send this amount of money to this account and not worry about it?
I don't know. That's one of those things that they'll say either yes or no.
Okay.
They won't give us any information until we get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just going to go out and rent the fastest car I can find, just in case.
There you go. All righty. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Well, isn't this a blast from the past? Be on the web. You've been lurking in the weeds. I see you down there, in the callers, but you never raise your hand. What's up today?
Hey, you got a good call going, dude. You got a good call going. As far as this Joseph character goes, just always remember, you hire the handicap because they're fun to watch.
No, not even going to hire him.
Well, I mean, I understand that. He's not worth hiring. But, ignorant is as ignorant does. Personal opinion on what is taking place, the movie The Big Short showed quite a bit
movie.
Of how the banks work.
Great movie.
And I see that going on with us right now. And this whole thing is being set up. And the only ones that are really ending up with anything are the banks. I mean, there's a whole bunch of us may take, the lower amounts, but it's the banks that are going to try to pocket as much as they can. And this garbage about the banks are our friends, they're not our friends. They could care less about us. They didn't even want us to know about it. So I just want to say that what you and Iko are telling people is right on. Pay attention to what's going on. Do some research. And don't just take somebody's word about it because they speak about it over the internet. Hell, anybody can talk over the internet. I'm doing it right now. Don't be dumb enough to take my word as God. But just be careful and do what you do, and don't worry about how much you're going to get. Pay attention to what you can do with it after you got it so that you can turn it into the vision that you have for yourself.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Give me just a second here. I'll unmute you. Says anonymous, no name, no city. Don't know who it is.
That me,
Soil
Jerry?
Dude. Yeah, that's you. Hold on just a second. Soil Dude. I don't want medicinal. I want a margarita. Oh, and a quote from somebody that knows me: "Don't you dare grow up with a big smiley face." Okay, I'll get to that one in a minute. All right, sorry, sir. Go ahead. My
Thanks,
text
Jerry.
is blowing up because I'm on a rant.
It's Poke a Redneck Day. Poke a redneck and see what happens.
It may not
just
be a
wanted
good day for them.
Just wanted to give a shout out and say thank you to you and Iko and Art. I've been listening to you and Iko since you were on Winsome. This was Jeter from the Winsome boards, and followed you guys over here. I think that you guys have been doing
I heard
thing.
that. I heard that back in November, Bill put another thing out there. No winged call talking about Jerry Maguire ever again, or you'll be banned. This is at the end of November. Did he do that again?
Well, I hadn't spent much time on the boards, but I don't think I've seen that recently.
Okay.
But I wanted to say, I think you guys have been doing a great job of encouraging people to look at everything that's out there, but also to really use some discernment and to read between the lines and to really think about and not just accept what's given. One of the things that I thought about, because I know you've had a number of calls recently where people have asked about like Dr. Clark and Mountain Goat and some of those folks, and I remember hearing something that Awake in 3D said on one of his calls several months ago that I thought was really helpful for me. And what he said was that there are some folks who are really focused on the public aspect of this whole reset, and then there are other providers and other intel folks that are focused on the GCR, the global currency reset part of it. And so you see those people contradicting each other all the time, but it's because they're looking at two very different things. So it doesn't necessarily mean that one group is lying or one person is lying or whatever. It just means that they're talking about different things, and that's why the information kind of clashes with itself. So I thought that was helpful. You can probably, I think the replay of that call might still be out there on IQD calls or something if anybody wanted to hear his breakdown and his opinion about that. But I just want to commend you guys. I've always enjoyed listening to you and Iko. Sorry to see you guys go. Hoping to get that tweet that says depends soon. Really appreciate all that you've done. And I really am glad you introduced me to the Masters Trust as well.
Well,
Get that
you're
man
so
a Cupid
welcome.
doll.
Thank you, sir.
That is the essence of what folks need to be doing now. You just said it beautifully. You really did. And that's all I will say.
I bet this call goes through.
If you heard what that guy just said, then you're on your way.
I bet this call goes through to Narland like a dose of salts. Kind of like the last time, the very first time we called Yosef out. Oh my God, you thought that I'd pooped in their post toasties.
Yeah, and one other thing too, Jerry, before I forget, the guy who talked about walking down the street and giving people $1,000. That's a wonderful idea, but only do it once, or only do it once in a given area. Don't go back. Okay, you got to protect yourself because a lot of people won't understand where you're coming from. They'll only see you as a mark. So it's a wonderful thing to do. Encourage you to do it, but by the same token, don't do it blind. You know, it's like yeah, God takes care of us, but we still wear our seatbelts. It's good advice.
Absolutely. I swear this is Canada, but it doesn't have a Canada number. It's Orangeville ON with I think is Ontario 519. Hello.
Hi, Jerry. You are correct. That is Canada.
It's the
Hello?
Canuck country, eh? Hey, can you
It
hear
is
me?
the kind of country. I live in way in the boonies. I'm going to miss you guys when you're done the call. Dearly. Jerry, I just have a quick question. I was in the Narland, and I know you're not supposed to believe anything, but Pink Rose put out Bruce's note saying that the U.S. dollar won gold back as of yesterday. Did you hear anything like that?
Can't find a sliver of it's in
anything.
intel. Can't find it. And I'm going to say it like this. I'm glad you brought that up. When we talked about the gold treaty inside the Paris Agreement, people busted me left and right. There's nothing in there. I said, you're not going to find it. And we're going to go back to the Iran deal. It took a year before you started seeing some of the agreements that they had talked about in there before it was made public. So pretty much the same way. Because if that was to be known right now, oh my, wouldn't we have a heyday?
Everybody will be having heydays. Well,
That's
I'm
right.
going to miss you guys so much. Jerry, please come back and finish the calls until the 800 numbers come back. Please, we'll pitch in. We'll pay for you. We'll help you pay your bills.
December 27th will be my last call.
Oh. You'll be greatly missed. Yep.
Thank you, ma'am.
You'll be greatly missed. Your wingman, Art, even the chat room is greatly missed.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh, this could be a good one. Houston, can you hear me now? 281.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry, one thing I was always wondering about is what do you do to those girls when you take them to the river?
Well, gentlemen don't talk about things like that. In rednecks, all we do is smile.
So I was always wondering about it. I always hear it every time you get on. I said, what is he doing to those girls? And I thought, well, maybe I'll really ask him, find out what's going on. Anyway,
well, there you go.
So you have no answer, right? It's our own opinion what exactly happened, what you do. Okay, one thing I really like Aiko, but one thing I was negative about Aiko, how much can you really believe a Hillary lover? I mean, someone who Hillary
steady. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Did you just call me a Hillary lover?
Yes, he did. Oh God, here you go.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, listen.
Well, you
buddy.
hate Trump.
Listen, Hillary is worse than Trump, and I hate Trump. Got that? Is that clear enough for you?
Okay. I just knew you hated Trump, so I figured you hated Trump. You loved Hillary. Okay.
Well,
okay,
you know what? Like
like
I've been saying, you got to listen to everything everybody says. Don't pick one thing and then hang your hat on it. Okay.
Okay. One other quick item here, Jerry, is this on the Bruce call? He said something. This is something Aiko might know, that they have like 108 nations and 102 signed off on it, and there's only two more signed up. He said Iraq and I forgot the other. Maybe it was China. No, it wasn't China. It was someone else. Then I thought to myself, how much more has it got to go? I mean, do you believe this? Everything that it just seems like Bruce says it's ready to go. It's ready to go, but he said, we're right there. He says, I might get the thing at the end of the call. But the thing he says, everybody signed off. And they always, two more just did it. And I think Iraq was one of them. I thought, my God, that's one of the main ones. Like they just signed off. Do you have anything to say on that, Aiko? I mean, are we, he said they should all be signed off by, he said this last week, by the way.
All right, thank you, sir.
By them.
So I'll answer for him. It's disinformation. Let's just say that there's some nuggets of truth in there about us being gold back. They're not going to do it and then make an announcement unless it benefits them. An announcement right now doesn't benefit them. So it could be true. I'm hoping it's true. But again, Iraq is an indicator of where we're at in this process, along with some other things. There's not going to be a defining moment that we as sheeple are going to know about because it's way in the nosebleeds above us pay grade. So I hope that answers your question. There's a lot of things that we will never know about till we're pushing daisies, and then God will go, well, okay, you got questions. Let's check out your life first. All right, what do you want to know? And then you'll know. But until then, it's above our pay grade. And by the way, Jerry Maguire got a single vote as president for the U.S., and it was over in Pennsylvania somewhere. So that's all I know. San Antonio, 210, come on down.
Hey, Jerry, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How about me?
Just fine, just fine. I just wanted to say, this is just Tom, and we've had our talks over the year, last year or so, and sometimes I agreed, sometimes you disagreed. We both that, but let me tell you one thing. I just want to make it clear that I've always respected you, and you will be missed. You will be missed.
Well, thank you.
That's just,
go ahead.
That's just about all I can say is, I really hate to see you go because I feel like I'm losing a friend, and that hurts. I mean, only a friend could have introduced me to Blue Moon.
Well, a lot of people, and we're not going to go into it, but you'll understand when I say this. And if people ask, the answer is it's none of your business.
Yeah.
You and I have quite a history. In that last email you sent me, you saw my response in my reply, and I meant every word of it. Okay?
Right. All right. I thank you. And you have a great life. I need you. I know you deserve some time off because it's been a really rough time for you this last time. So we will be missing you very much. So you take care now.
All right. You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good man there. Oh, Victoria, 361. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. I'd like to thank you also for all of the help that you brought in to kind of guide us so that we would know kind of a direction to go and how to protect and all the things that were really unaware of, really. And I just want to thank you for the time that you did take to do that and bring it to all of us. But my question is, I was concerned in the very beginning, especially when the Zim came out and the certain person kept touting the Zim so much, and it was always, always, always Wells Fargo that was pushed. And that was a big concern to me because at the time, everybody was really on the bandwagon with the NDAs. No big deal, it's private, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, well, an NDA with a bank that is only being touted by somebody I really don't trust. So has this changed anything about the bank itself for you? I was even going to just wait and go public because I was so concerned about having to sign an NDA with that particular bank. But now that I know differently, that there's obviously more options and many more banks will be exchanging and all that, I don't want to throw Wells Fargo under the bus. So do you still feel that regardless of the fact that that was certainly the bank of choice for that person that kept touting it, that it is still a reputable, something we can trust? We're going to have to leave money there. So,
well, let me say this. We have no choice but to use a bank. To say that they're all criminals, when I say that, I'm not talking about the people at the branch level, your VPs of districts. I'm talking about corporate. They're the ones that, let me say this, just a small little thing here to think about. If you hoorahd when Wells Fargo got fined $40 or $180 million and over that scandal when they had all those people they let go for opening up false accounts, and who do you think pays the fine? We do. I'm going to mute you out for a second. We do. It's our money that they're playing with. Yet they're not held responsible. So John Stump got fired. Whoopee-doo. Who'd they bring in? Somebody that was working right underneath of him. He has his ear, and he said, and probably John Stump, he said before he left, "Continue on, my son. I give you my blessings. You know how to screw the public." I'm talking about corporate. Those are the people I don't trust. But unfortunately, we're stuck with them. Now, after our exchange, that's a totally different scenario, because if you don't sign an NDA, you don't have to keep any money there, and you can look them dead in the eye and say, "I just don't trust your ass." Sorry. I just unmuted you. Go ahead.
Oh, that helps some. It concerns me, and I mean, to be really honest, I do have some great concerns about the China connection with Wells Fargo, and so because of that, it just makes me hesitant. And because I thought I did not have really any choice for the longest time because of the Zim that I could go
Okay, so
anywhere
let me ask you this. If you don't use one of the big four, what bank are you going to use, and what are you going to do? What are your options?
Well, see, that's my other thing is that, of course, I don't know how much of this is true, but supposedly in things that I've read and seen, there's not too many that are real stable. And I'm like, okay, then, well, which do we just roll the dice and make a choice? I'm not going to leave. Yeah, I'm not going to leave my money, all of it, just any one place. So I'm going to have to scatter it around anyway. But I just have this thing about, obviously one bank's going to have it all for a short period of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my concern. How
okay,
much
so
do
just
I
remember,
trust this one bank that I choose?
Just remember that if you think you want to drop 10 or 20 or $50 million in a credit union, they won't let you, because then that makes you the prime person who could take control of the credit union, and they're not going to let that happen. Just a word of advice.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about of the big banks, of the ones that we now know are named, Bank of America, Chase, Citi, all those, with the Wells Fargo. Do you really think Wells Fargo is still on the same setting, same even plane as the other banks, safety-wise?
I can't
opinion.
say for sure. I can't say for sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you.
Naperville, 630. Come on down. Oh, wait. Before you say anything, I want to say this again. A lady came forward and brought this to me, and then I got some emails about it, about taking over the call, and one of them is Utah Becky. And if you think you can work with her, send me an email. But I'm thinking it's going to take a couple of you working together, and you could probably do that, and it would be a good thing. But anyway, there's my little spiel. Naperville, go ahead.
Yeah, Jerry, great call. I agree with you on the whole Yosef front. I never bought into his hype. I think that's the best word I can say right now about it, to be kind. But the one aspect that I really disagreed with him is this ego-driven chosen one. He was the guy that did it, and everybody picked up on that, and it's rampant in dinar land, and it's a bunch of crap. And I read a post on Dinar Chronicles last night. There was a woman in Canada who was, querying if she was a chosen one. And I read a response to that, and it kind of slipped under the rug, and it was one of these posts that was just beautiful. And I just want to, it's very short, and it says, I am, we are of God's universe, of which there are no, quote, elite, nor, quote, chosen ones. Everyone is chosen and created in pure love and innocence. Everyone has value in the eyes of God, and that value is infinite. Those that are enlightened are promoters of peace and evolution of awareness and strive to be pure of heart and mind. And that is, to me, the most telling statement of this whole thing. There are no chosen ones, and everyone is equal. Everyone is not, I would say, one up on somebody because they have this currency. So God bless you guys. You do a great call. And
thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate everything you do. Take care.
Bye. And they're probably listening. This is a person off of Twitter. It's Jerry, Gerri, and it says, the Big D Woo-Hoo follows me, and they've got like 60,000 tweets. They've been around for a while. Wouldn't mind chatting with you. Why don't you send me your phone number at thewingitcall@gmail.com, and we'll have a little chit-chat. Let's see. Ooh, another anonymous. Is this you again? Hello.
Hey, Jerry, if it's me again. It's Jeter again.
Uh-huh.
Two quick things. One, to Art, I've test-driven a Tesla too, and that is a hell of a ride. You just can't imagine it till you experience it. I was speechless. And the second thing is a quick question for Iko. I was wondering, had he heard from his Exchange Center contact in a while, and if there were any updates there? Thanks. You can me out. Appreciate it.
I can tell you right now that the answer is no and no. Hate to be a bearer of bad news, but last caller of the day, Raleigh, 919. Come on down.
Hey, Jerry, Michael. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, after reading the post that Joseph put out, it didn't surprise me a bit. I knew he was a falsie back in May. As a matter of fact, Jerry, I sent you an email just now of something I wrote to Bruce way back in May. But that post that was in it, what I did notice is he didn't call the RV a scam. You know, he still talked about it happening and stuff like that. So, which just surprised me. Did you catch that too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
well, they can't say that. That would disrupt the flow of disinformation.
Yep.
It's not a scam. But alrighty, sir. Well, thank you for everything that you brought, and I have read the email. As a matter of fact, I was reading it while the call was going on.
Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Well, another good day in the sun. Wingman?
It's getting cold up here.
Ooh, wait. Speaking of cold, I've been to Williston. Back when it was a 2-lane road going north and south and east and west, and there was a stoplight in the middle of it. 701. I know exactly where you're at, and I know it's colder than a well digger's woohoo.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good deal. Hey, just want to thank you for, all the accolades you guys deserve, you and Iko, for all of the, it's like you're throwing us a life preserver here, helping us bob along until we get to the shore here. It's been a delight with all the stuff that you brought forward. I will say too that I've heard that Becky from Utah quite a bit, and I think she would be a wonderful choice to help assume control there. And that's all I want to say about that. And I do want to reach out to Art. Art, I've heard you for so many years. You've been the golden tone that has been such a reassuring voice in the background there for us. I can remember you from back before Miss Alabama's calls and even the Midnight Think Tank. You've been a delight and a strong addition to wherever you've been, and I appreciate it. And I also know who one of your friends is, one of your contacts, and I want to tell him this for me. And I'm talking about Okie. And I'm a couple of years out from needing a new dog yet, but I will be naming my next dog Okie. I have such a high regard for Okie, and I will say that one of my shining times in the Dinar spotlight was to be able to talk directly to Okie on a call, and that was on the Midnight Think Tank. And what a delight he's been to help pioneer us through all of this. And I would say thank you very much. And Jerry Williston has grown quite a bit since you were up here, but you're going to say what?
What's the temperature there?
Well, I'm actually in Minnesota now, but when I worked out in the oil field there for a year and a half, I got this phone out there, so my number is that. But I'm Jim from Minnesota, so.
Well, what's the temperature there?
I have. Let me see. I look on the outside here, and it's about 22, and it's trying to snow. We're going to get 3 to 5 inches this weekend here.
All righty then. All right, sir.
I just want to reach out and say thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you all in the winter circle.
Thank you, sir. Okay, that's it for the day. Wingman.
Yes, sir. Am I
Finish
here?
it up. Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
You got to speak up.
Yeah, hold on a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello.
Give me a test.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I was just reminded of the story. It's one of my favorite stories about the guy who's sitting on his rooftop in a flood, and a neighbor comes by in a rowboat and says, "Here, come on, hop in. I'll give you a lift." He says, "No, the Lord is watching out for me, and I trust that He will save me." So the neighbor goes by, and then along comes a police boat, pontoon boat, and says, "Come on, hop in. We'll get you to a safe place." He goes, "No, the Lord is going to save me. I trust in that." And then a little while later, a Coast Guard helicopter shows up, gets on the bullhorn and says, "We're going to lower a basket." And he waves it off and says, "No, the Lord will protect me." Of course, the floodwaters keep rising. He drowns. Gets to heaven. Says, "Why didn't you save me?" And St. Peter says, "Look, we sent your neighbor, we sent the cops, we sent the Coast Guard. What more do you want?" And
yeah,
the moral in that story for me is always it's important to have faith. It's important to know that you're protected, but again, you always want to use your head when you look at things, and don't just go by one criteria, because it'll get you in trouble every single time. And we're all going to need to feel like we're on Survivor. We're going to need to feel like we are out in the middle of the forest, and it's grizzly territory. It's it's psychotic mountain man territory, and you know the Walking Dead are hiding in caves. Not that you have to live your life with in paranoia and in fear, but you're always going to have your wits about you, always, because it's just you know, this kind of wealth, it attracts all kinds of obstacles, and you're always going to have to be jumping those obstacles. There's no way around it, but you can learn to do it. You might make a couple of mistakes in the beginning. Don't beat yourself up, but don't stop being vigilant. And for those folks who think that it's not going to happen in some way, all I can keep saying is it's going to happen. It's not going to be the model that Tony and DC put out. That was the old model. There is a new model now. And very, very few people understand it. And no one, and I mean no one person, has the entire picture. If they say they do, it's just wishful thinking on their part or downright deception. But you know, we've got the education. We all got our dean or college degrees now. All of us. Put it to good use. That's it.
What? No, I'm trying to. I wonder if that'll work. Oh, it did. Let's see.
Whatever you did, I think you just cut yourself off. Okay, guys, Jerry just texted me and said to say goodbye for him, so goodbye.
The conference is now completed. Goodbye. Welcome.